Good morning, guys. It is Thursday, October 9th, 2025, or as we like to call it around here, thanks to our girl Clarice coining the term Friday. Even that means that we have Thursday night football, a little NFC East action on the docket for you guys today. We're going to make our first stop over at NFL.com. Going to talk about the Eagles versus Giants. 3 must-know storylines ahead of Thursday's Week 6. Week 6. We are kicking off the 1/3 mark. Come this time next week, we will have a third of the season behind us. Where does the time go? Where did it come from? Where did it go? Why does everyone keep wanting to trade for old Smokin' Joe? But we'll talk about the Week 6 primetime Thursday night game between the G-Men and what should be a relatively irritated Philadelphia Eagles as they joined the ranks of the mortal teams, getting their first loss last week. And then, of course, big news, big trade news. Boy, the NFL. Now, I remember growing up where the NFL did not have a lot of trades, right? Even at the trade deadline, maybe one, maybe 2 guys. But now, NFL, mid-season trades, looking like the MLB or the NBA. Jaguars trading cornerback Tyson Campbell, a 7th-round pick to the Cleveland Browns in exchange for Greg Newsome and a 6th-round pick. Boy, man, those are some relatively solid corners that were apparently on the market. Now, I'm pretty confident that there is a team somewhere down in this area in the 313 that maybe was in need for a little cornerback help, maybe a little one-year rental player. We do have DJ Reed on IR for the foreseeable future, but should be able to come back. And, of course, Terry Arnold could be out anywhere from the whole season, too. I mean, he could play on Sunday. You never know. He's spooky, scary. Terry and Arnold, Mr. Trick-or-Treat himself. So we did a little digging. Browns-Jags cornerback swap show why the Lions cannot get into that trade market. Thank you, Yahoo. Gonna go ahead and, cool us all down because I seen this and I was just like, really? Greg Newsome? I would have taken a Greg Newsome if we had to trade a ham sandwich and, 6th-round pick for him. Especially because old Brad Holmes, he has this ability of just being like, do you like my bag of trash? Would you like this bag of trash? It's my bag of trash. It's my special bag of trash. Would you like this bag of trash? I'll take a 1st-round pick for my bag of trash. And then for some reason, people give us picks for Brad Holmes' bag of trash. But there are reasons why the reality of why we couldn't necessarily get into the free agent market now. It's going to come, or the cornerback market now. It's going to come down to dollar dues. But you guys know here at the Hat and Beard Show, we know that the salary cap is only as real as you want to make it. So I'm 50-50 on the reality of this, but we'll take a look. We'll see what's going on. And then, of course, big breaking news broke last night, you guys. Lions' big spliggity splash signing. The Lions are signing veteran cornerback with ties to Dan Campbell. You know him. You love him. He sits on the forefront of all of our minds. We couldn't stop talking about him all week long. Arthur Maulet. We're all excited about Arthur Maulet. Shout out Brent DeWitt doing beat reporting for us, doing a little film study. Looks good on tape, but doesn't really have the wheels. Probably just looking to have ourselves a nice little depth piece on the special teams and practice squad. So big splash, Brad Holmes. Oh, what do you look at that? There's a poll question tying in exactly to that question. Big splash, Brad. Love the signing. 25% of the vote. 8 of you have cast it. 75% say, who the F is even this guy? Right? Like, I was like, Shout out Mr. Detroit City. You're going to love this. I know him because I've seen his name on Madden before. I'm not going after him, but hey, I'll say it, and I have to abide by my own rules. Brad Holmes, until proven otherwise, no. The defensive back, specifically the cornerback room, outside of Amik Robertson, has been a little bit of the question mark around Brad Holmes' eye for talent. Okay. Kindle Vildor. Okay. Kindle Vildor. Cameron Sutton. Okay. Yeah, Cameron Sutton. Okay. Now, Carlton Davis was okay-ish till he broke his jaw. Okay. Terrion Arnold. Not looking so good. And then, of course, Enos Rakestraw. What have you done for me ever? I know injuries are part of the thing, and it's not anything you can control. But Brad Holmes, the one thing we can put a big old squiggly question mark on is the cornerback selection and eye for his talent. I know he heralds and says that he is a cornerback snob, but I haven't seen any real good cornerback play out of any Detroit Lions corner in the entire Brad Holmes tenure. Let's be honest. Who's been the best cornerback that we've had the entire time he was here? Probably Carlton Davis. Now, DJ Reed was coming on before the hamstring injury, but Carlton Davis, and that wasn't even that productive. Wasn't really even all that great, especially considering how our offense puts a lot of pressure on our defense, specifically our defensive backfield, because our offense is so good and so elite that a lot of times offenses, opposing teams that we're playing against there have to go into catch-up mode and start hurling the rock all over the field, and that doesn't bode well. So we do ask a lot of our corners to hold up in an island back there. Thankfully, we have Kirby Joseph, who has 20 career interceptions in like 4 or 5 years, right? On pace with Ed Reed, back there cleaning things up. And the B-32 bomber, you know what I'm saying? He's back there cleaning things up, thankfully. And we do have some veterans that can ball, right? But at least the selection process for young talent hasn't necessarily been, and I'm not all that sold. I'm just not. I want to be. I want to sit here and I want to tell you guys that, yeah, this is the guy. This is what we need to do. This is our goal. I'm just not sold. I'm just not sold on it. As I said in the chat to Brent DeWitt, it's giving off Trinity Benson vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like, why should I be excited about it? But I do have to give Brad Holmes the benefit of the doubt. And then finally, speaking of Thursday night, why not? Why not try and make me a couple dollary dues here, guys, boys and girls? Doing it for you. If you guys got any ideas of some parlays, we'll build one in one direction and maybe one in the other direction. If you guys got any ideas on what we could do to make a couple bucks, let me know. Put it down in the chat. We're going to build a parlay. And then what I'll probably do is just build a parlay around the Eagles and then just put a bet on the G-Men to win, because you never know, All right, Mad Hatter Nation, how you doing? Good morning, everybody. Brent DeWitt's here. Brandy Coffee, how you doing, sister? Good morning. Good to see you. I was thinking about you yesterday while we were watching Tom Grassi. I was like, I know she's seen this already. Mr. Detroit City's here. Good morning, America. Good morning, America. How are you? I'm Chasing Chase. Says, good morning, Mad Hatter Nation. Brother, how you doing? Good to see you, man. Hopefully you've had a good week. Dude, we are locked in. We are rocking and rolling. Big splash, Brad. You like that, dude? I was hoping for Newsome. Well, Brent, I was so hoping for Newsome, especially because, dude, he fell completely under the radar for most of us, and you mentioned him yesterday in the chat, and I was just like, oh. I didn't want to talk about it because I didn't want to jinx it, but I was like, it makes sense for us to go after Greg Newsome. We just played them. We're 2 weeks removed from scouting them. We're 2 weeks removed from playing against them. Right? It makes sense, but if was in the bus with a candies on the nosa, then we'd all have a Merry Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you were here. I'm sorry, Brandy. I'm sorry, sister. My bad. I didn't. I got a lot of space between the ears. You know what I'm saying? A lot of room, a lot of just empty space up here. My bad, sister. All right, guys. So call to action. Do the things. Do the stuff. Try and grow. We've been stuck at 729. For what feels like forever. But you know what, guys? We did crush that monetization threshold, so you can do super chats, thanks, and stickers and all that stuff. Now, I have been thinking, all right, now, maybe as we get a little bit closer to the end of October, I was thinking of finding like a charity, probably locally here in the mid-Michigan area, for leading up to Thanksgiving. So like maybe like a food bank or like a shelter or something that like gives back obviously to the community. And I was thinking that like through the month from November leading up to like right before Thanksgiving or something. I need to do a little research to know when like would be a good time to get any type of donations sent to them. But I was thinking of for a month or leading up to Thanksgiving for a set period of time, donating all super chats to like a food bank or something like that for the holidays. And then we'll probably do the same thing for Christmas as well. Find like a charity here locally to donate to. I think that'd be kind of cool to do, guys. So that is an option. Don't feel obligated, but if you so feel enticed, that's something we're going to kind of be pursuing here. Just keep it in the back of your mind. And then I'm pretty sure, still got to talk to Hat and Boobs. I'll get to talk to her since she works days and I work afternoons. We don't really get to see each other during the day. We'll talk tomorrow, and I'll have more solid cement evidence or solid answer on if we're going to do Sunday evening or Sunday morning pregame live show. So just stick your ear to the ground for the sound of the buffalo. All right, guys. So like, comment, subscribe, share this video around. Do all the things. Oh, thank you, Brandy. You know, you really don't have to do that. But I do appreciate it. Thank you so much, sister. That is super awesome of you. That's super duper nice. What's up, Derek? Good morning. Super early morning for you, dude. Man, brother, you are one of them morning guys, aren't you, dude? You're one of. Now, yeah, I get up at like fucking 6. I'm sorry. Oh, damn it. Well, there goes my. I almost made it to the time. I get up pretty early too, but my guy, you're one of them early morning guys. Good morning. I like any decision Brad makes, says my mom. Well, she's a smart lady, so it's probably the right thing to do. Actually, Mom, I need to talk to you about possible. I was saying about the charity stuff. Another buddy of mine, his stepmom works for a food bank here locally, and he suggested donating to the food bank. So I was thinking that's probably the route we're going to end up going for November's charity. But do all the things, bells, ring buttons, stuff, share things and stuff and things. Put some things in my stuff. Let's get into the show.
If you can say the word good, guess what? It means you're still alive. It means you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing, well, then hell, you still got some fight left in you. So get up, dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage, and go out on the attack.
Oh, shout out Derek Harp with that 4:30 attack. Time, dude, the Jocko wake up. I can't do the 4:30, brother. I get home at like 11:45, and then I'm in bed by about 12:30, no later than 1. I'm up about 6:30 though. About 6:30 hitting the gym myself, brother. I tell you what, guy, good. Exactly, Mr. Detroit City. You see it, dude. Good. You know what I'm saying? I tell you what, guys, if you really want to just change your life, dude, a small thing you can do. I'm not saying you got to go and crush it every single day, dude, but just get up in the morning and just get some form of activity, some form of a physical activity, some form of a workout, whether it be a baby step or a big step. I'm telling you guys, I've been doing it for like a year and a half. Hat and Boobs has been doing it for like a year now. I was talking to my buddy Martin at work. Shout out Martin. He's been doing it. And yo, Martin, for real, dude, if you're in the chat, bro, you're getting like jacked, dude, like for real. You're getting straight up swole, brother. You know what I'm saying? Swole toll. Hell yeah. Pump for Trump, baby. Let's go, dude. It's all about that morning workout. I say, look, I lived my life for many, many years with the chaos demon running rampant. I don't like chaos. The one thing that I can do every day is order the chaos by getting a little bit of a workout in. It's one thing you can absolutely control. It's in that same vein of like making your bed every day. You got to get up and you got to clean your room. Because if you don't clean your room and make your bed, well, then how are you expected to save your father from the belly of the whale? You know what I'm saying? Lobsters. Let's freaking go. Thursday night football, guys. Eagles versus Giants. 3 must-know storylines for Thursday's Week 6 prime time game. I did see where was that? Someone dropped it. I already got a parlay for tonight's game. Touchdown for Dart, Barkley, Brown, and Goddard. Okay, we'll take a look, dude. We might drop a little touchdown parlay. You know what I'm saying? Seeing what's going on. But here's some 3 storylines we got to know ahead of the G-Men and the dirty Philadelphia Eagles. Both the Eagles and Giants lost Sunday prior to their meeting Thursday at MetLife Stadium. Each team led in the second half, only to see their games slip away. The Giants had won their first game in Week 4, spurred by Jackson Dart's first start, and the Eagles entered Week 5 unbeaten. Thursday night will be Dart's prime-time debut. He's given the Giants a boost, although the rookie QB had 3 turnovers in his last game. Eagles quarterback Jalen "My Butt Hurts" might be reigning Super Bowl MVP, but he has only 1 turnover this season. But Philly's offense has gone into some long ruts lately. The Eagles have beaten the Giants in 7 of their past 8 meetings, with the one Giants victory coming when Philly rested some starters in Week 18 of the 2023 season. The Giants have lost 10 straight Thursday night games and are 1 loss away from tying the Cardinals with 11 straight Thursday losses from 1950 to 2013. 1950 to 2013, that's not necessarily fair. There was quite a few years there where Thursday night football wasn't really a thing. For the longest Thursday night streak in history, the Eagles have won 10 of their past 11 Thursday games. Now, guys, I'm going to just go ahead and tell you right now, that right there, that narrative right there is enough for me to put money on the G-Men, right? Because it's time. It's time. That's a nice, solid, round number. You know what I'm saying? That's the Eagles going for 11 of 12. Why not have the G-Men? Jackson Dart's got nothing. Jackson Dart might as well be Mr. Fart and just rip it right in Jalen Hurts' face. You know what I'm saying? 3 must-know storylines. This might be the spot for Barkley. Sunday's loss to the Broncos was shocking in that Saquon Barkley had only 1 carry in the second half, in spite of the Eagles leading for much of it. He finished with 6 carries for 30 yards, his lowest output since 2021 as a member of the Giants. Barkley is now averaging a stunning 71.9 rushing yards, fewer per game so far in 2025 than he averaged last season. In his 1 game against the Giants, he stung his former club, rushing for 176 yards and a touchdown, and might be in line for a heavier workload on Thursday. The offensive line hasn't been able to get a major push up front, but Barkley needs more opportunities to be the driving force with the Eagles' passing game. Too hot and cold. Mr. Jekyll and Hyde offense over there in Philly. What is going on? What's going on with the Eagles offense? The Giants can rush the passer, but they're really struggling to stop the run game, even with modest improvements recently, allowing 5.3 yards per rush. That is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Number 2 for the boys in Giants blue, Jackson Fartin Dart and Mr. Bo Scatabo, skibbity toilet, skibbity Bo Scatabo must protect the ball. The Giants' hope offensive lies in the hands of 2 rookies, quarterback Jackson Fartin Dart and running back Cam Skibbity Scatabo. Both were critical in the Giants' first victory of the season over the Chargers 2 weeks ago. Each was guilty of game-changing turnovers in Sunday's loss at Nolans. Jackson Fartin Dart had 3, and Skibbity Scatabo's fourth-quarter fumble in the red zone was a run back for a touchdown. With Malik Neighbors out, the Giants are counting on their rookie duo to produce, and they can't afford the turnovers. The Eagles have faced their agile quarterback this season, or has faced other agile quarterbacks this season, but Fartin Dart can still make things happen as a scrambler. Skibbity Scatabo has shown the ability to run through contact and gain extra yards, but ball security remains critical. The only game the Giants have won this season, they were +2 in turnovers. They're -7 in the 4 losses. If they can move the ball Thursday, the Giants must convert. Right now, they're dead last in the NFL with 31.6% red zone touchdown conversion rate. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So, just a couple things about this part right here. I want to just say, like, I wasn't wild about Malik Neighbors. I don't dislike Malik Neighbors. I was kind of starting to think maybe Malik Neighbors' talent was going to be wasted in New York with Russell Wilson throwing him the ball. And then I was like, oh, man, finally, the chemistry between Jackson, Fart, and Dart and Malik Neighbors can start to develop. They can start to get that chemistry, that young connection between these two highly talented first-round pick offensive weapons, Jackson, Fart, and Dart, and Malik Neighbors. And then Malik Neighbors went down, and that sucks that they are going to miss this very, very pivotal season. Well, basically, with that tore-up knee going to be out for the whole year, that pretty much sucks for Malik Neighbors and Jackson, Fart, and Dart. But he can make plays still yet. There are still weapons there in the Big Apple. One of them being, I'm kind of excited about Cam Skibbity Scatabo. Not that I think he could be like your long-term running back of the future, but it's like watching a slightly more physical Zach Zenner. You know what I'm saying? You guys remember Zach Zenner? There's a blast from the past. All right, finally, the Eagles also hope to get Hurts and Brown on the same page. Yes, if Jalen Butt Hurts and A.J. Brown cannot be on the same page, they can't be whole. You can't expect them to drop bombs. You know what I'm saying? The Eagles tried to get the deep ball working last week, but it just wasn't happening consistently enough. Jalen Butt Hurts was 2 of 9 on deep passes, 20-plus air yards, in Week 5 versus Denver, per Next Gen Stats. The second most deep pass attempts of Hurts' career in a game. He was 5 of 13 on deep passes in the first 4 games, but it's clear that he and A.J. Brown aren't in rhythm. Brown leads the Eagles with 36 targets, but has only 19 catches, with Devonta Smith leading the team in catches and yards, and Dallas Goedert catching 4 of Hurts' 7 touchdown passes. The Giants play the highest rate of man defense in the NFL this season, and the Eagles typically thrive versus man defense. The Giants' pass rush trio of Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, and Abdul Carter are real concerns against the deep ball or against a beat-up Eagles line. But the Eagles also know they have a chance to get Jalen Butt Hurts and Browns going if the production holds up. We're not going to look at the injury report because I don't really care, but we will leave it open if we got to go back here to look at some injuries when we're making bets. I don't think it's going to be that important. All right, guys, finally here, the rest of the NFL news. Jacksonville trading cornerback Tyson Campbell and a 7th-round pick to the Brown Eyes in exchange for cornerback Greg Newsome. I wanted Greg Newsome. Loki, I think you wanted Greg Newsome too. A day after grabbing headlines when they sent quarterback old Smokin' Joe Flacco to their arch rival, the Cleveland Brown Eyes were back to trading with a familiar partner. Did y'all see the picture of Joe Flacco flying economy, just in the back of the plane with everybody else, just being just a normal Joe, just old Smokin' Joe Flacco. The Jags are trading quarterback Tyson Campbell and a 26th 7th-round pick to the Browns in exchange for cornerback Greg Newsome and a 26th 6th-round pick. NFL Network Ian Rappaport and Tam Pelissero reported Wednesday night. The swap comes roughly half a year after the Browns traded the 2025 NFL's number 2 pick to the Jags, who promptly selected another cornerback and wide receiver, Travis Hunter. On Tuesday, the Browns traded Flacco, who had been demoted to the team's second-string quarterback behind Dylan Gabriel, to the Cincinnati Bumbles. Cleveland general manager Andrew Berry was back at it a day later with the Jags, moving Newsome, a 2021 first-round pick and starter in every game this season for the Brown Eyes. Clearly, the Browns are fire-selling. Campbell is also a high-round pick, plucked in the same draft at number 33 overall in just the second round, just 7 slots behind Newsome, 26 overall. So basically the same spots. I mean, yeah, my opinion, anyone out to the 35th, 8th pick, you're pretty much a first-round pick. You know what I'm saying? While Newsome was drafted by Barry, Campbell was not taken by first-year Jags GM James Gladstone. Newsome is entering the final season of his rookie contract, having his 5th-year option picked up and due $13 million this year. Campbell, however, signed a lofty 4-year, $76 million extension in the summer of 2024. He had $13.1 million in guaranteed salary due in 26, along with a $10.5 million cap number. In his career in Jacksonville, Campbell played 60 games with 6 interceptions, almost 300 tackles, and 42 pass breakups. Through 5 starts this season, he has 34 tackles, no picks, and 6 PBUs. His overall grade is an unflattering 56.6, having seen a stellar run defender 87.7 grade, but liability and coverage at 51, allowing 3 touchdowns and 21 receptions on 39 targets per next-gen stats. As for Newsome, his Browns tenure wraps up having started 47 of 59 games while tallying 178 tackles, 3 interceptions, and 37 passes defended. He's been far more consistent per PFF, garnering a 63 overall grade, 67 run defense, 62 coverage. Newsome, targeted 26 times this year, has allowed 16 catches for 230 yards and no touchdowns, according to Next Gen Stats. The first-place Jags are shedding a mainstay in their starting lineup who's been underperforming on a big contract, while the Brown Eyes are saying fairly well to a longtime starter on a stellar defense. Perhaps a change of venue will bode well for each of the 2021 draft picks. How do you guys feel about that? Did the Lions miss an opportunity to go after either, preferably Greg Newsome, because that Tyson Campbell contract, woohoo! That'd be a big contract to pallet on an underperforming defender, especially after we just gave a boatload of cash to DJ Reed. How we feeling, chat? How you feeling, Mad Hatter Nation? What do you think about that? Do we miss an opportunity? Tank top season year-round. In Florida, staying fit is not an option. The sun keeps me fueled and the sweat keeps me trim. Hell yeah, dude. I'm telling you guys, sweat, you can lose a lot of just bullshit unnecessary weight by sweating, whether it be by living in hot weather, doing activity, or, you know, if you do a lot of activity and you want to sweat it out while also recovering your muscles. I'm telling you guys, get yourself some type of heat therapy, a sauna, steam room, something like that. It's a good way to go. Rooting for the Eagles, Brent, because I have a bet with a Giants fan for the season. Giants, better regular season record than the Lions. Oh, well, that's a pretty big bet for that guy. I see where you're coming from, Brent, so I hope you win your bet, but I'm going to be splitting hairs. This is what I like about placing bets on 2 teams that I don't care about. I can make 2 bets going in both directions. You know what I'm saying? I think Brad is all set with his guys. He has faith in TA, so we don't need anything. Yeah, you know, Mr. Detroit City, you're not wrong. Oh, what's up, Motown? What's up, dude? How you doing, brother? I didn't see you in here. What's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Good to see you. But yeah, Mr. Detroit City, I think you're right. Brad's got faith in TA, and you guys know that when Brad Holmes has one of his guys, he sticks with his guy through thick and thin until it's almost too late. Look at Emmanuel Mosley. So, let's talk about Detroit Lions and acquiring defensive backfield help. I hit the old oil can there, boys. Sorry about all the gross sounds. Browns Jaguars cornerback swap shows why the Lions. Why the Lions? The Lions cannot get into the trade market. Comes down to dollars. That's what it really comes down to, dollars. Now, a one-year guy like a Greg Newsome or a Reek Woolen, much more palatable. But Greg Newsome's guys, shut that door right in my face. That kind of sucks, dude. Low-key, I kind of think Greg Newsome is, like, pretty decent. You know, I think he'd have been a solid guy. I really do, even if it was for a one-year rental. But TA, look, what this probably tells us is that TA isn't as hurt as we initially thought. The reality is he's probably going to be back a lot sooner than originally expected. DJ Reed is probably just on the short-term IR. Barring any more injuries, I just don't see Brad Holmes being that guy to go out and make any more moves. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Mr. Detroit City. I knew it, dude. I knew it. All I could see, because I had the window pulled up on my screen, all I could see in the chat was all I could see was it's not Gavin. And I was just like, I know exactly the joke he's gonna make as long as it's not Gavin Newsome. Exactly, brother. I see that and I was like, I know exactly what to say. That's funny. All right, guys. So one of the most popular objects of the Lions fan affection as potential trade target is no longer available. Cleveland Browns cornerback Greg Newsome is headed to Jacksonville as part of an interesting trade between the Brown Eyes and the Jaguars. The Browns are trading Newsome, a 6th-round pick, to the Jags for Campbell and a 7th-round pick. It's a swap of young starting cornerbacks. It's more about finances than it is on-field play. Newsome, 25, is playing on an expiring contract and is expected to get a free agent contract in the $20 million per year ballpark. That's almost certainly not going to come in Cleveland. Rather than lose Newsome for nothing or a compensatory pick in the 2027 NFL Draft, the Browns moved Newsome for Campbell. Campbell, also 25, is on the first year of a 4-year, $76.5 million contract extension he signed with Jacksonville. They already paid out all the signing bonuses and first-year guarantees on the deal, making it a financial win for the Browns. Instead of waiting for a draft pick that may or may not pan out, Cleveland picked up a proven starter. Detroit couldn't possibly trade for any player of Tyson Campbell's worth to the Browns for Newsome. The Lions are a viable Super Bowl contender and can't afford to sacrifice any starters to buy short-term injury insurance. That the Browns opted for a player instead of a pick, the late-round pick swap is inconsequential, shows that a team like the Lions, who need every available salary cap dollar and current player on the roster, could never make an offer the Browns could have considered. The Lions would be unable to give up the type of return compensation Cleveland got in exchange for Newsome. Campbell is a proven starter who is cost-controlled through 2028 and not significant drop-off talent-wise from Newsome. Detroit also has several other current Lions who are in need of new contracts, including Brian Branch, Sam Laporta, Action Jack Campbell, and Aiden Hutchinson. That would have made any move to acquire Newsome a partial year rental that would also have eaten some of the Lions' rollover salary cap money that will be used to fund and afford those internal contract extensions. That's simply not how the Holmes-Campbell regime in Detroit operates. As a side note, the deal highlights the discrepancy between a late first and early second-round draft slot. Newsome was the 26th pick in the 2021 draft, while Campbell was the number 33 pick, the first pick of the second round. As a result, he earned his second-year contract 2 years before Newsome, who has his fifth-year option picked up by Cleveland, one that pays him $13.3 million in 2025. So even though he got more money right out the rip with a longer contract and a higher grade out, ultimately, if you're not performing up to, you have to wait longer than the guy drafted behind you to get paid if he's outperforming you, right? Think of the pay scale difference. I mean, Tyson Campbell's getting a big old bag. Well, Greg Newsome's not getting anywhere near what Campbell's getting. You know what I'm saying? So there is a discrepancy there, and yeah, it would have been a 1-year rental, and we do need dollar dues to sign our guys to keep them in-house. Brad went shopping at the Dollar General. Shout out, Sam. What's up, brother? Good to see you. We need to get Mr. Hat on the huddle with us, Brent. Think that would be an interesting, to say the least. What's on the huddle? TA is not hurt as bad as we thought. I know, Jack. I know. We've been saying this as training camp, dude. Shout out, Jack2125. How many times have we said that this year? TA is not as hurt as we thought. You ain't wrong, brother. You ain't wrong, dude. It's been saying it since training camp, ever since he popped up with the hamstring. I was concerned that the hamstring was going to be an issue for the whole season. Come to find out, that's the least of our concerns with TA. Oh man, it's just a crummy situation. Heard that Newsome would have cost the Lions $9.5 million along with the draft pick. He seems a pretty good availability, also. Well, you know, and what's crazy is like, what type of a draft pick? You know what I'm saying? Because if we're talking a first round, I'm not willing to give it up for Greg Newsome, especially when we can just go re-sign him in free agency next year. You know what I'm saying? Be careful talking about TA a lot of Lions fans like him and take this as disrespect. Well, I mean, they can if they want. Mr. Detroit City, dude, I think I was damn near TA's biggest stan for a while, dude. Like, I was kind of like just really standing for him. And I still think he has all of the physical attributes to be a really good corner in the league. The reality is, though, he's just not performing well. He's just not. He's regressed back to where he was before the bye week his rookie year. He's handsy, he's grabby, and once you've already had that title, that magnifying glass put on you, look at Brian Branch, you're going to be flagged a lot more. Until you can stop, they're going to be hitting you with it more regularly. And TA is just kind of grabby. I mean, he's a physical corner. He's great in the run game. He's great at run tackling. You know what I'm saying? He's a good tackler, period, point blank. That being said, with his physicality, it bites him in the ass a couple of times because he gets too fucking grabby. Look, stop trying to get interceptions if you're Terrion Arnold and just tape your hands into little clubs. Then you won't get flagged at all. And just punch the ball. Stop. You're a defensive back anyway. Unless your name's Kirby Joseph, it's not a guarantee you're going to catch the rock. That's the whole reason you play defensive back, because you can't catch. So stop trying. Just tape your dick beaters up into clubs. And then you won't get flagged for holding or PI. It ain't that complicated. Huddle is delusional cheeseheads talking trash about the Lions. Yeah, I'm good. They're gross. Sam. So Sam, bunch of idiots. Hell yeah, Motown. They're a bunch of idiots. Teams will still throw at us even if Hansy TA is healthy or not. Sam, they're gonna have to, because our offense is so high octane that most teams have to play from behind. But you do bring a good point. Would with the physical nature and his gritty run tackling ability, would TA be a better nickel slot corner? I mean, it gets him down in the line of scrimmage a little bit more, gets his nose down in the run game a little bit more where he excels. He's got the athleticism. Why has TA exclusively played outside? Can he only play outside? Is he terrible at the slot? Or are we missing a golden opportunity to have essentially a fast linebacker out there or a third big safety? You know what I'm saying? It's a possibility. So, our last article here, guys. Big breaking news. The Lions are signing a veteran cornerback who ties to Motor City, Dan Campbell. Oh, and we're so excited. We all went to bed last night going, I can rest easy knowing that we shored up our defensive backfield by signing the household name of Arthur Maulet. Not Stephon Gilmore. Nope. Not Jerry Jacobs. Nope. Not even CJ fucking GJ. The Detroit Lions got some good news on Tuesday with Terrion Arnold received a second opinion, which suggests he will not only return this season, but potentially return in October. Spooky, trick or treat, Terrion Arnold. Still, the Lions have decided they could use some cornerback depth, so they went out and signed a guy from Dan Campbell's past. Also, I just want to say, you know what, dude? If some of the Lions fandom has a problem with me speaking the truth about Terrion Arnold, one, you guys know me. It ain't talking shit if it's true. It's just shit you don't want to hear. And two, they were never going to subscribe to me anyway. So, they were never going to subscribe to my channel anyway. Maulet spent 2 seasons with Nolans, and Dan Campbell was the team's assistant head coach from 17 to 18. He also spent time with the Colts, Jets, Steelers, Ravens, and most recently the Texans. Maulet has 23 career starts, but played 85 games in his career. The majority of those starts came recently with the Jets and Steelers, but his best season was in 2023 when he played 14 games for the Ravens, had 5 pass breakups, and an interception. That's a 100% increase from our interceptions of what Terrion Arnold has. In 2024, he missed most of the year with a knee injury, which hurt his chances to be a bigger part of things in Baltimore. Where Maulet fits with the Lions is that he's a good run defender, something the Detroit Lions love with its corners. This also gives the team more flexibility in the slot corner area, where he can rotate with Avonte Maddox while Amik Robertson takes the outside cornerback spot until DJ Reed and Arnold return. Well, there you go. Wow, what a sterling career. Wow. Lot to be said there, huh? Aren't you guys really excited about that? Yep. A 32-year-old practice corner isn't going to make me sleep better. Are you sure, Brent? You didn't go to bed last night, snuggled in your bed and go, I feel so secure with Arthur Maulet. This prestigious career. Yes. A storied and proven NFL career. Yes. I feel so secure having the depth piece of Arthur Maulet. I'm more high on Trey Flowers, honestly. I think he's got more in the tank than this guy. I was more excited about Trey Flowers. Shit, man. Ugh. He's going to make practices better. Yeah, exactly. Woo! Hooray. And this is the thing, though, guys. This is what I was saying yesterday. You know, I can sit here and get all hyped up about, we're going to go get this guy and Steph Gilmore and Trey Hawkins and Asante Samuel Jr. and all these names. The reality is last week Brad Holmes had already found his guy when he stopped at Chick-fil-A to get lunch. He's seen some upstanding young man working the drive-thru and said something, was nice to him because of customer service, and Brad Holmes was like, hey, you want to come play corner for the Detroit Lions? You seem like an upstanding young man. And then they signed him. That's what I feel like happens, man. Brad is a hand sitter, especially when it comes to I just feel like we need to make a move. I really think that like, unless, and this is the problem, is that they're not telling us the actual timeline of a TA and DJ Reed, and you guys can feel it that our window is open, but the window doesn't stay open forever, okay? I need another piece. We need somebody else. I need another piece, whether it be in the defensive backfield or the defensive end room. We need another piece, man. It's just not enough with what we have, at least where we stand right now. Yeah, we can make a run to the Super Bowl, but I would just really like our odds to be better if we could bring in another solid defensive backfield player. A Reek Woolen, a Greg Newsome would have been the cat's pajamas. Stephon Gilmore would still make me feel better. Trey Hawkins would make me feel better, even if he's on the practice squad. Or just a splash defensive end player, Trey Hendrickson. Never going to happen. It's the same vibes, feeling I had last year coming to the trade deadline where we all wanted Mad Max Crosby. And we got Zadarius Smith. Oh, and then for a whole year I had to hear everybody tell me about how good Zadarius Smith is. Oh, how we lost such a weapon in Zadarius Smith. Mr. 3 sacks. Al-Qadim Muhammad did this same amount of production in one game. Ugh. I know, Derek. He's not. Brad, Derek Harp, shout out, says, Brad isn't the make a move at the trade deadline kind of guy. I know, and I play too much Madden. That's the reality of it, guys. Yeah, tape does show that he's a serviceable depth piece. Seen a highlight video of Arthur Maulet early this morning. He played like a fit for the Lions. Good tackler, making plays behind the line of scrimmage. That's good. I agree with you, Jack. But Terrion Arnold does the same thing. How does he hold up in coverage? How is he going to hold up on an island out there? You know what I'm saying? How is he going to hold up against JJ one-on-one deep for 3 seconds, for 4 seconds, all alone? Kirby's the other side of the damn field. Yeah, he can probably come over here and help you, but you're just out there, brother. You just out on an island, man. You just out there hanging out. Does he have the pedigree to do that? Or yeah, good. He can. Oh, good run defender. Terrion Arnold does the same shit. Darius Slay. What's Darius Slay doing? Ugh. Someone working at Enterprise. Yes, dude. Yes. Sam, he called up his old assistant manager and was like, "Hey, man, you got any talent?" That's a good joke, Sam. That's a good one. Sam Move Brad is more like Make-A-Wish fan. Yeah, exactly, dude. That Brad hears us all wishing and hoping and praying. You know what I'm saying? If you put him on an island, it will sink. Dude, that's what I'm saying, dude. I don't trust. I'd rather have a proven asset that could play in pass coverage because we have a good run defense, period, point blank. I guess they're just trying to get a replacement for TA. You know what I'm saying? Ugh. Got to verify my account before we get into the bettery booze here and make some dollary dues. Hey, good morning, Carrie Simtich. How you doing this morning? How you doing? Happy Friday Eve. Good to see you in here. Mad Hatter Nation turning out hot and heavy today, guys. Look at you guys go. How we doing? Poll 15 votes. Big splash, Brad. 80% of you say, who the F is even this guy, huh? Who the fuck is even this guy? I can't do a Conor McGregor right off the rip. But practice it for a little bit, we could. All right, guys. So I'm pretty sure we know the answer to this one, but we're going to build a parlay mostly around the Eagles, aren't we? Aren't we? That's going to be kind of our option. Brad must be relying on the pass rush. That's what I'm thinking, Sam, is that he's very confident in our pass rush. I think that hopefully maybe we're relying on Marcus Davenport being that big comeback push player or Liam the Dream McNeil. I don't know, man. So let's just do us a favor, guys. Let's just do us a solid. We'll build 2 parlays and 1 bet. All right. I'm gonna put 1 bet, period, point blank, on the Giants to win, and we're gonna put $10 on them. How's that? How does that sound? Ooh, could boost that. We'll throw that on the parlay. Should I put 5 on the Giants to win, or should I do the full 10? I think the Giants can win straight up. You know what I'm saying? I think the Giants is straight up. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put 10 on the Giants. I got 20 to play with today. Just go ahead and put $10 on the Giants. A little bankroll management. You know what I'm saying? Bam. I just think the Giants can get sneaky with it, and I'd rather just make $40 and not overthink it. Just Giants win. You know what I'm saying? So now I want 2 parlays here, guys. We need, I'd like this window to go away. I don't like my bet slip staying open like this. I don't like it. I feel like it eats up a bunch of the window. So let's build us a parlay around the Eagles winning. So let's go ahead and take the Eagles to win. And what else can we do here? Do we like Saquon to score, guys? Do we like Saquon to score and Goddard to score? What was our, you know what? Hang on. Brent, you had a nice little parlay up here. And we'll do that one probably next, I think. Or was yours all touchdowns? Brent, I think you had all touchdowns, didn't you? Doop-a-doop, boop, boop. There it is. Touchdowns for Dart, Barkley, Brown, and Goddard. Okay. Dart, Barkley, Brown, and Goddard. Dart, Barkley, Brown, Goddard, Dart. Do we like this, boys? We're going to take the Eagles to win. I'm going to put 5 on it, and we're going to throw a boost. Do we like this bet, my lads? I think this is a good, solid parlay you got for me, Brent. Eagles to win, Saquon to score a touchdown, A.J. Brown to score a touchdown, Dallas Goedert to score a touchdown, and Jackson Fart and Dart to score a touchdown. How we feeling? 5-leg parlay, $5 with a boost of $275. Turns our payable amount into $830 with a plus $16,500 odds. Do we like it? I actually really like this, Brent. I think you're onto something. How we feel, Mr. Detroit City? What's your take on this, brother? You think this is solid? I think this is pretty solid, dude. We'll build one more parlay after this. By the way, guys, sorry I don't have music going during the bets right now. I got to figure out a way to not have it so loud in my headphones. I could barely focus last week talking to you guys and making bets with the music in my head or in my headphones. I have heard some fantasy and this throwing is sketchy. Yeah. You don't know about this one, Mr. Detroit City. What don't you like, bud? Is it the Dart touchdown or is it the Brown touchdown? Scatterbo over 2 catches. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So after this, we'll do a stats parlay. This is just a touchdown parlay. This is just touchdowns and Eagles winning. Actually, what if I just took the Eagles off? Why do I have to pick the Eagles to win? That's still $700. Why be so stupid and greedy? 4 legs is easier than 5. I'm doing it. You talked me into it. I talked myself into it. You think the Giants win? I got a standalone just Giants win bet. $10 makes $40 for a bankroll manager. Because I actually think the Giants win too. I really do. I think the Giants get freaky with it. So let's do this then. Let's build a freaky deaky stanky leg parlay. You guys know I like to build these stanky leg parlays. Let's go ahead and throw a Jackson Dart. So does Jackson Dart rush for a touchdown? I think he does. I think Scatterbo also scores a touchdown. Does Scatterbo get used around the goal line? Is Scatterbo? He's pretty low odds. Vegas knows something. You guys think Scatterbo scores? Yeah, taking the clearance sale at New Orleans would be a nice move, Kerry. They're kind of going to be fire selling to clear out a bunch of salary cap space. Oh, it's Tracy's first game back, huh? He was real productive last. Let's do that. I like the Tyrone Tracy touchdown over Scatterbo. Yeah, but doesn't the Tracy narrative sound better? Yo, so do I? Dude, you got me fucked up now. Mr. Trade City, you got me fucked up, bro. You got me overthinking it now, dude. Let's look at this. Let's get into the stats over touchdowns, guys. Let's get in the stats over touchdowns. Dude, where is... Why can't I get to the window that I want? Where's the fucking window that I want, guys? There it is. All right, boom, perfect. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is what I wanted. I didn't like that last window. All right, so Giants win. What do I have on there? Dart with a rushing touchdown. Do we like Scatterbo to score or Tracy to score? Where's some receiving props? So Scatterbo only has 2 catches over under. That's too damn low. Scatterbo receptions 2.5. Yes, that's too low. That's too low. I think he's got 3 catches easily. I think he's got 3 catches easily. Oops, that's first quarter. Dallas Goedert receiving yards. Dallas Goedert at 33.5 seems pretty low. What do you guys think about Dallas Goedert over 33.5 receiving yards? That seems real low. And I'm gonna take Saquon over 2.5. Do you think Saquon gets more than 3 catches, guys? Cam's the man. Take him. Take him for the touchdowns. Take Cam for touchdowns, you say? Must have put in Barkley on touchdown as well. Jackson Dart's going to throw an interception, right? Do both guys throw interceptions or just Dart? He might not. What's Jackson Dart passing, rushing? Oh, that's not bad. Oh, wait. No, wait. Boom. 219 passing, rushing for Jackson Dart, over, under? Yes, please. Over. Cam is, yeah, dude, Scadabo's, he's got that, like, grittiness to him, yo. Let's take a look at their, they got Scadabo at 50 yards. I'm going to take the over. You guys think Scadabo rushes for, wait, hang on. There it is. There it is. There it is. What do you guys think? Should I pull the Saquon touchdown off of here? Should I put a little bit more Saquon on this? Should I throw Saquon over 109.5 all-purpose yards? Do I go with a full 8-leg parlay, guys? What is the over-under of this game? He'd be great for the kids. Oh, it's a 40 over-under. I'm going to do it. No, I'm going to do under. No, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. Giants win. Dart to rush for a touchdown. Do we like Jackson Dart to rush for a touchdown? Or should I check out Jackson Dart passing touchdowns? Giants front four is legit. That's why I shied away from the Giants front four is legit. Eagles offensive line isn't very good right now. That's why I shied away from what's his name there, Saquon Barkley. I'll take the touchdown, but I won't take the production. I'll take a Saquon anytime touchdown, but I won't take the production. What do you guys think? Jackson Dart anytime touchdown or Jackson Dart to throw a touchdown? Jackson Dart rushing or passing a touchdown, guys. What do you think? That'll be the last leg. Could also look at some defensive props. What the fuck? My Scatabo prop went away. Oh, because the odds changed. Money's moving on Scatabo. Money's moving on Scatabo. People are getting high on Scatabo. Who gets a sack for the Giants, boys? Who gets a sack for the G-Men? Does anyone get a sack for the G-Men? Do we take any Giants defensive? Does Jalen Hurts throw an interception? Do we pick a sack for one of the Giants? Jalen Hurts doesn't generally make turn the ball over though that often, does he? I kind of like this as is, guys. I kind of like this as is. Though I'm a little hesitant on the Dart passing touchdown versus rushing touchdown. What do we think? Jackson Dart rushing or Jackson Dart passing? And that's got to be the last leg. Jackson Dart passing or Jackson Dart rushing or both? Do I do both? I don't know what to do, man. I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the mud. Analysis paralysis. I keep seeing in my mind Jackson Dart rushing for a touchdown. I know it's kind of all woo-woo-y and weird. Rushing, but you're biased. Yeah, but Jackson Dart's pretty slippery. Watch, this will be the game he goes and throws for 3 touchdowns, though. Oh, man. I already have a parlay with him rushing for a touchdown. Oh, I can't. The odds aren't good enough for me to do over passing over 1. Damn. That really crushes my odds. You know what? Fuck it. Slippery is right. You know what I'm saying? He's slippery, dude. He's slippery as hell. I like the idea of Jackson Dart scoring a touchdown. I think it's a solid play. All right, 7-legger, stanky leg. Giants win. Scatabo plus 3 catches. Cameron Scatabo to score. Skibbity Scatabo to score. Saquon Barkley to score. Jackson Dart over 220 all-purpose yards passing and rushing. Cameron Scatabo over 70 all-purpose rushing and receiving. And Jackson Dart to rush for a touchdown plus 9,500. 5 makes 480. I'll lock it in. All right, cool. Boom. There we go, boys. Let's take a look at all of our bets that we got open for the night. Tonight we have 3 bets for you. We're just flat out taking the Giants. $10 wager makes 41. We got a 4-leg parlay around touchdowns. We got Saquon to score, A.J. Brown to score, Dallas Goedert to score, and Jackson Dart to score. And then our 7-leg stanky leg parlay we just read to you. Giants win. Scatabo over 3 catches. Cameron Scatabo to score a touchdown. Saquon Barkley to score a touchdown. Jackson Dart plus 219.5, taking the over. Cameron Scatabo 69.5, rushing receiving, going to take the over. And Jackson Dart to score a touchdown. Let's get into it, boys. Make me some dollary dues. Caleb Williams to cry this week, minus 500. Yeah, probably closer to minus 800 by kickoff. Art. Shout out Art Vanderlei. Morning, brother. How you doing? Good to see you. Hopefully you're having a good start to your day, dude. Guys, we are wrapping up the show for your Friday Eve, Thursday edition of the Hat and Beard Show. Today we talked about Lions and Giants, 3 must-know storylines for this week's Thursday, Week 6 primetime game. We then talked about the Jags making big splash plays, trading away Tyson Campbell for Greg Newsome, and then they're just kind of swapping some back-end picks, no real doer there. And that made some of us wonder why, in fact, the Lions didn't get involved. But when you look at the dollary dues of it, it shows why the Lions cannot get into that trade market. Yahoo Sports had a nice short article for us. And then we talked about the big splash that the big bad Detroit Lions made. Brad Holmes. We can all rest easy knowing that our secondary is shored up with Arthur Maulet. And then, of course, we stopped over to DraftKings to make some bets on tonight's game. Guys, remember to please, if you do, gamble responsibly. This video isn't sponsored. I have no affiliation with DraftKings. Don't gamble more than you can. If you have a problem, please contact somebody for some help. Don't waste your life and ruin your life shitting in one hand and wishing in the other. It's just not the way to go, right? Just be smart about it if you're going to do it. So appreciate each and every one of you hanging out. Mad Hatter Nation, you guys turned out in full force today. I really appreciate all of you guys. Try and have yourself a good rest of the day. Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything I wouldn't do until tomorrow at 10 a.m. here at the Hat and Beard Show. I've been Hat and Beard. You've been an attentive audience. Bonga bonga.